It is about time that we take a look at both Phil Heath and Big Ramy Mamdouh in a picture comparison using, in both cases, their best Olympia winning version. We have Phil Heath 2013, we have Big Ramy 2020. Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and this is a rematch. The first of its kind. I think second. I think I did this a couple of times. But anyway, yes, questionable outcome. I'm sure we all, including a lot of other YouTube channels, not just myself, seen Big Ramy through rose-colored glasses in 2020. After that big win, rose-colored glasses. That's an old song, an old-timey song. But anyway, guys, I am going to give this my... Go through the shots here. We're going to go through all the 8 mandatory shots, and I'm going to give it my best effort to make this up to you guys. Hey, I might very well have the same outcome that I did before. Who knows? Hey, Big Ramy, he looks pretty darn good in the front double. I'll tell you that. The quads are big, huge. Phil's are, they're built different. Ramy's got the longer torso heap. Phil's got the longer legs. Now, nobody's got bigger round quads than Big Ramrod, but Phil, he comes close. He has some mastodons for quads. Now, the arm versus arm, if you take a close look, at first glance, Ramy's got the bicep peaks. Nice bicepsual peaks. Huge. But Phil has the forearms, bone structure, things of that nature. He has much better arms. Well, not much better, but they are better. Having said that, Ramrod most certainly is winning on the structure, the torso heap. Well, I'm not saying the structure as far as the length. I'm just saying the V-taper, things of that nature in that upper body. But the 3-dimensional thickness, you gotta mention that when talking about Phil Heath in his prime. Look at that muscle just hanging off this man. But all serious, guys, seriousness, I probably would notch a point, if that's how you do this, to Big Ramrod. Go to the front lat spread. And, it looks like Big Ramy is huge, guys. And of course, all that 3-dimensional muscle on Phil Heath, even in the arms. Look at that. That is going to mean a whole heck of a lot live on stage if you're witnessing these two dudes. But does not that huge good width also? And I know I can hear you guys now at home. But Mark's Max, more soil. You have missized this one. Ramy's not that tall. Here's the two guys in 2017. It's the way Phil holds his leg. Ramrod hold. Look at the size of Ramrod's lats here. And look at Phil's big whale of a lobbyist. Cassis. Wow. Yeah, bring the task at hand back. And yes, you gotta hand it to Phil. You can even see veins in his lats. But I just think the overall structure, and no, Ramy doesn't have that just popping. A lot of guys don't have that pop. Wow. But he is dry. He is dry. I mean, he's just a great big, you know what I mean? Like a parachute. That's what they do, I think. Foolishness. So yes, it may be of some debate. People may complain, but Big Ramy is probably winning this one after the first 2 shots. Give your head a shake. Come on, guys. You can't judge a bodybuilding competition off 2 poses. Turn to the side here, and wow, look at Phil. Look at how big and thick and raw he is. And yes, I'm not going to show every picture from the 2017, but I used that for sizing, and they both crouch down very low, and Big Ramy maybe even more so, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Phil, with a smaller frame, from the side, he looks bigger. He has the narrow clavicle, yes, which I'll always argue he doesn't have the premium genetics. He might have the best genetics of all time for muscle attachments, but is not bone structure part of your genetics? I think that's the only thing really he's missing, but from the side, it's just about perfect and just about impossible for Ramrod to defeat. And in the side tricep, guys, it's the exact same thing here. And not only is he winning on just the frame, the outer shell, the overall pose, but much like even in the front double and the front lat, he's winning on the three-dimensional muscle, probably the overall condition. It's a different type of condition. Ramy is drier than a popcorn fart. I'm here to tell you, for sure he is. They wouldn't have given him the Olympia, guys. But Phil's dry too. And he's just separated all over the place. So, a friend of Big Ramy would say 2 for 2. Most people would say it's a little closer with Phil getting an edge. Here's the back. And here's where it gets little bit hazy. Little bit cloudy. Foggy, if you will. And by that, I mean Ramy's back doesn't have the drawn-out muscle. It just looks more blurred out. Now, if you compare this back with a normal human being's back, yes, Ramrod has mountains. Mountangs, if you will. But compared to Phil, I mean, he did this with everybody. He did this with Kai Green. Kai was huge, too, in the back. Maybe even more gifted, or he was more gifted than Rodman. But man, not the widest bus in the theme park, but the most mountangs for sure. And lower half, hey, Ramy again, he's just as dry. Just as dry as the king. Oh, jeez Louise. The prince. Call him, we all know Ronnie King Coleman is the king. I apologize, guys. Phil, he's the gift. He's the doctor. He's the prince. Hoo, 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 hoo. Here's the rear double. And Ramrod is in trouble. I really don't know what I was thinking, guys. And I do apologize for my own behalf. I made a mistake. I definitely made a mistake. There's just no way Ramy can beat Phil Heath. Phil's winning both back shots. I would suggest for sure. Not even close in that rear double, guys. Ramrod has the condition like a dry, I already said, but like a towel when you zing it. You just get the last little drop of water out. But having said that, the abs and thigh, and no, you missized it again. Ramrod, he does this weird thing where he holds his pelvis back, and then his feet forward, and he sticks his old bean, his head forward as well. Alien voice. That's what an alien sounds like. Phil has a decent shape compared to Ramy. It's actually close. I was going to say this is a write-off for Ramy. But is it? I don't know. I'm not gonna display this, and I'm not gonna print this off and put it in my gym. Either one of these two abs and thighs. I can tell you that. Now, the most muscular, I probably would. I'd be inclined to believing that I would print these two pictures off and slap them up on my wall. Look at them when I'm curling my weights, out there in my barn. I want that New Brunswick accent to come out, though, eh? We keep it more robotic here at Mark's Minimum Muscles. And you know who does not have minimum muscles? Jesse the Body Ventura, ha, down at the Baja. Yes, you too, Jesse, but Phil Heath, his arms, when he does this pose, he zings them out, and they just look impressive. Narrow clavicle compared to Ramy, for sure. I'll give you that. But muscle attachments, the condition, the type of condition, Phil, he's just winning too many poses. It's actually not even close. So not only was it a mistake on my behalf, but a big, big clerical error. Oh, I know what happened. I was putting that powder, powder on the baby powder or whatever you put on after you get out of the shower, and I got it in my eyes. It's calamine lotion. Something. I don't know. Gold Bond. It's Gold Bond medicated powder, and it relieves the itching, things of that nature. I like to put it on the skin, rub it in, and I feel smoother later. I like to have smooth skin. It's not bad. It's not bad. But either which way, guys, you can set this comparison up 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 times. And Phil Heath wins every my dad says, instead of every time, it's just a little thing, families have. He says, time. So, time. Shout out to my old man. And no, he won't listen to this. Wouldn't dare call my dad an old man. Still whoop my butt. Huh? Anybody out there still get their butt whipped by their old man? Anyway, hit thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Phil Heath wins time. Have a great one.